Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to find the YouTube link. Bull Tuesday, Rod is asking. Good morning. Good morning. We're waiting for Jesus. Um, Here we go. Here we go. I got it. Good morning. I heard Jesus for a second. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Romeo. Do you want me to say Romeo or Romeo? Aaron is saying, heads up, Mike is fucked. Mike is always fucked, man. Okay, what about now? Is it better? Is that better? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's the mic sound now? That's not better. Okay. Audio shit. Connected default. Okay, what about now? Testing. 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 1, 2. Still shitty. Still the same. How do I solve this? Hey, morning, Doug. It's muffled though, huh? All right, let's wait till Jesus hops in, and then and then we'll go from there. Good morning. Good morning. And it looks like there he is. Good morning, Jesus.
Lucci, is that you?
Hey, that's me.
Oh, what happened? You got mic issues again? Jesus.
All right, listen. Do me a favor. Do the morning update with these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I was
restart.
apparently I was on the wrong link. I guess I don't know where the hell I was for the past half hour. But let me hold on.
Yeah.
Let me open.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit the morning update here, please, guys. I mean, again, it's basically the what is it? That PDD here with the earnings there, and then that MU with the earnings. I think there was some guidance here that.
Yeah, it was guidance. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't hear about it, but to be honest, I wasn't really following it that close. I didn't.
This PDD is a monster, bro.
Yeah. That's the China Shopify, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna restart here. You want to hook them up?
All right, go ahead, and I'll go through some things here.
That sounds good.
All right. Yeah, nothing really too new from what we've been talking about the last few days. We are losing little by little some of that fuel that was added to the fire in this rally. Systematic funds aren't, you don't throw them in a bearish category yet, but they're kind of neutral. They, in my opinion, probably were the biggest driver of this squeeze. They're more neutral now and could become Well, it could be more of a bearish lean, let's say, as we get into December. Okay, but we got to see. You don't want to jump the gun there because you got to see how this market shakes out from now, over the next week or two. But we're definitely losing some of that luster as far as the bid in the market. Like we spoke about yesterday, as we get into December, we're going to lose quite a few things. We're going to start to, right now, we just are going through peak buyback season, right? And as we get into December, we're going to start to enter that blackout period where that buyback bid comes out of the market as well, okay? Another big catalyst for the rally was hedge funds being caught off sides, especially in individual names. They've been covering, so they're not as short, but they're still net short. So that should help things out. And aside from that, again, there's nothing to. I think McGelly kind of nailed it best in his note yesterday, and I'm referring to obviously Nomura's Charlie McElliott. He don't think there's, without any new vol catalyst, right? So without anything that shows up, kind of shocks the market here, this shift in sentiment and trend has been so drastic that it's really going to be difficult for the bears to get control, at least for the remainder of the year. Okay, we probably could see and likely to see things slow down on the upside. He still thinks we kind of get that everything rally grind, so more of some of the stuff that didn't participate in this rally fully outperforming maybe some of those mega cap names. So again, the upside could be a little more sluggish. I'm sure it will be, but he's looking more into early 2024 where you get enough of positioning and sentiment to flip from being caught off sides, lack of exposure bearish, to now participating, and then they get caught, right? And back and forth we go. That's what's been going on throughout in this bear market, range bound market, whatever we want to call it. We've seen that time and time again. All right, so again, without that exogenous event, without that new shock to the market to get volatility to catch a bid, you probably don't see anything too dramatic. I would continue to keep an eye on the underbelly. I think the problem is it's so low volume out there, right? You're in the holiday season. This is really a quiet, especially with nothing new showing up. You get a lot of quiet time, a lot of dull price action, especially in the middle of the day. But I would look to the underbelly in some individual names. I think you get spurts and pockets of action. We've been seeing it in the e-commerce names of more recent here, thanks to Black Friday numbers and all that crap. But again, we'll probably see squeeze names participate if this environment continues, and some other stuff as well, right? And keep an eye on dips, right? For names especially. Keep an eye on any fades or pullback at the index level, because that's where probably your best entries will come from. One more thing, just to give the bears something to keep an eye on here. You got the PCE coming out Thursday, right? And that's quote unquote the Fed's favorite inflationary gauge, not the CPI, right? If you get a soft number out of that PCE, which is kind of expected, and equities can't rally, right? You don't get that excitement. It could be a good indication. Maybe there's a little bit of a wash, right? A quick wash, a little bit of selling, or at least the upside is kind of capped over the extreme short term. So if you're bearish and leaning bearish, I would look towards that for some clues. And other than that, again, don't get too crazy because you're in a holiday season. And at times there's just going to be not much going on. What else we got? You got end of the month rebalancing. I think Goldman Sachs has got it at $11 billion to sell. And that's just based off the rally in equities, how insane it's been. So you got some sell side reball for the end of the month. And we'll see. you don't want to jump the gun because that's how you get into trouble. We'll see how things progress over the next week or two as we get into December. Right? If positioning sentiment gets a little more bulled up, maybe you got something as far as a wash towards the end of the year, and with that low liquidity environment around the holidays, maybe something to keep an eye out for. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What else we got here? Micron, again, Lucci was, I don't know if you guys heard what he was saying. He was in an echo tunnel. But Micron came out with guidance. They didn't report. I think it was just guidance. And looks like their revenue came in looking for a little stronger on the revenue side, a little lighter on the earnings side. That might be an opportunity today off this dip. We've seen some nice flow with time there. July, somebody's building a position there in July calls. So you got a ton of time, and I kind of like it better off this dip. I wasn't crazy about the spot going in, coming into today, right, on a lot of these things. Let me post that chart here. So you got upside Niners all over the place. Upside Niner exhaustion signals. So Micron as well, right, as you can see, and there has been no selling, but you can see how the upside, right, it's kind of been messy. It's kind of just been consolidated. And now you're getting a little tug, looks like, to fill that gap. So better entry point than where it was, that's for sure. Oh, they're at a conference. That's where they give the guidance. See, that's those conferences. We gotta keep an eye on those things. Sometimes those are worse than earnings releases. And what else was Lucci? Oh, so Lucci was talking about the PDD, which has seen PDD catches size, always catches size when they buy it. And there's been buying in the name. Yesterday came pre-earnings, obviously. So that was earnings flow. But you're getting a nice pop here, 135. Another name that's been lingering on that kind of that growth skin, I've been keeping an eye on.
The Nasdaq 100 futures pointing to a slightly lower open, along with the S&P minis. And do have a pretty heavy session today in terms of events. We have multiple Fed speakers. We still have the Richmond Fed Index ahead of us here at the top of the hour, where we could hear from the Fed's Waller and Goolsbee. We'll get consumer confidence reading also at the top of the 10 o'clock hour. We have a 7-year note auction scheduled for 1 o'clock and a 6 and 52-week bill auction at 11:30. We'll get the Fed discount rate minutes at 2 o'clock, along with additional Fed speak in the afternoon.
Testing. How do I sound?
There you go. You're good.
The Dow is essentially.
All right.
What's the issue, man? Have you nailed the issue at least, or?
I think I found it.
They're weird, right? Sometimes you sound great, and then other times you sound awful. Like there's no in between.
Indeed. All right. Are we open yet? Looks like we're open.
Just open up.
Okay. I'm still getting set up here, but
All right.
it's not like I'm gonna be trading much either. So what are you seeing here, pre-market here? Get me up to speed here.
Just basically kind of what we were talking about yesterday. You got the PCE coming out Thursday. That's like a kind of a CPI inflation number that the Fed pays attention to a little more closely. And I think you're going to get some clues to whether the bulls are getting a bit tired here, or maybe bears can maybe a short-term wash loot without something dramatic entering the picture. It's hard to see the bears just grab total control here.
Indeed.
Possible, but you're going to need help.
Consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Is that right? All right.
Yeah, today you got a full card. One thing to keep an eye on today, you're going to have Fed speak. They're probably going to lean more hawkish, as we spoke about, because things have loosened and eased so dramatically.
What about that home sales number, man? That home sales number was definitely down.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps the inflation narrative.
Yeah. It kind of, right. The bulls want rate cuts, and with with the numbers coming in slower, softer,
Right.
that helps that thesis.
Okay.
Boeing, you got a little weekly activity, cheap weekly activity surfacing there.
Yo,
BA.
Boeing had an upgrade, right?
Yeah, I think it was, who was that? I saw it this
So
morning.
fucking thing at 223.
Another stock. They all look the same, these things. Kind of, you got those upside niners and they're just chopping around.
Ha ha. Ha. Comedy. All right, let me cycle through some names here. Snapchat here was pretty strong yesterday and recouped already here, so it's looking pretty good. BTC, Mara, and all that kind of stuff was again up overnight. I mean, the BTC is trading around 27 and change. Look at Coinbase, man. Look at Coinbase.
It's been strong as hell.
Monster action. Ranchero is in the house.
What's cracking?
Snap.
Oh, shit.
What's cracking?
Yeah, where you at?
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jay. I'm in Kona.
You're in Hawaii?
Yes, sir.
He's in Hawaii. Got you.
Yes, sir.
Coin here, fresh highs. That meta here, I kind of want to watch and pay attention to simply because of the weakness yesterday. Remember, there was some put buying yesterday on that thing. That PDD, maybe I'll take a. Is this thing easy to trade? Is it illiquid? I would imagine it's super illiquid.
The options, believe it or not, let me see open interest because this thing catches size when they buy. I don't know. Sometimes they don't care. Yeah, there's not much in open interest, so it's probably not as liquid.
Ranchero, you see that Boeing, son? You see that Boeing, bro?
Dude, it's insane.
Indeed. Are the other China stocks reacting well off of the PDD or not? Baba doesn't look that hot. Baidu doesn't.
No, I don't think it's an e-commerce thing, right? So it's the shop, Affirm, PDD, Black Friday times more than a China trade.
So what's starting to catch my attention a little bit here after having a horrible downtrend is TTD, the trade desk. So they start coming after those low, underbelly names that Jay likes to talk about. This thing trades well when it trends. So if it can, this might be a nice gap fill type of setup.
Yeah, they were playing a little of that yesterday. We saw some action. We were looking at.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if anything stuck. Looks like they sold some puts, short-dated puts, and December 70s, couple of different lines, caught a little bit of flow.
Gold again up.
Gold again. Okay.
Gold again.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a good move.
John Smith is calling for Tesla 246 today. I will take the under on that bet, John. I will sell you those calls.
Roku up another $2, Lucci.
Oh no, 105. Holy shit, bro. These are some moves here, man. Shop, yeah, see, look at the shop, man. Look at that shop. Alexa wants you to post some of the shop lines here in the chat.
Yeah.
Jesus. Alexa's got that call spread on 75 to 80, which I think is still great. I think is still good. By the way, Melly is still over 1600 still today.
Now Shop had a downgrade this morning, right?
Shop had a downgrade, did it?
Yeah. I think that's why they're bringing it up. And I don't think it's down though, is it?
Wow.
It was down pre-market. Now somebody downgraded it.
Wow. 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 Off the open here, I got pretty much nothing. Was kind of checking out oil here for a little bit, but it's not really doing anything. That MSTR trading 504. Eli Lilly, not really doing much.
That's Zscaler, cybersecurity, probably weighing on some of those names. They had earnings, negative reaction.
John Smith is short shop. Luciano was talking about Boyle here. Is that thing still? Is that thing going on here? The natural gas
That's
play
nat
there.
gas, right? That's the nat
Natty.
gas.
It's the old Natty.
Natty.
Aquaman in the chat here saying Hamas launched explosives at Israel troops and now saying ceasefire violated.
Yeah, I heard that.
Doesn't look like oil is moving as a result, though. So far, pretty slim pickings here to me. PDD here trading 139. Nice gap and go trade here, even though the stock is up, 100% plus in the last 6 months? Shit.
Yeah, that's a strong name.
Shit. I mean, if you're going to short, guys, again, try to keep it tight. Try to come in at the highs. Don't short the low. Don't short the low. Taking a look at this Pinterest here is not really doing much. Snap here, 1280, slowly melting up. I would venture that ARC is not looking that bad. Let's take a look back at that meta here, holding here, not really doing much. Most of the FANG names here are just kind of dead. And as Jesus was saying yesterday, you might see rotations into those underbelly tech names like the CVNAs or Ronchero, you were talking about that TTD, or whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, the trade desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, those big names might be used as a source of funds to buy some of the other crap out there. That they really didn't do.
Yep. Trading stocks in the chat room is talking about Baba is trash. Yeah, it looks like it's not trading too well. Somebody talking about SQ. Yeah, SQ. There's another underbelly tech name here that's slowly printing up. I would imagine PayPal is probably not looking that bad either.
Yeah, PayPal. PayPal had a little bit of flow yesterday too. It really hasn't moved yet though.
If you Twilio is another one. There's another one. If you take a look at all the FANG names, notice today the different type of tape here. I think you come in and start selling options on these FANG names here as these things just the volatility kind of comes out on these particular names. The thought just came to my mind, right? Can you run a volatility indicator on just a particular sector? Are there VIX products for particular sectors?
Yeah, well, what do you say on indexes or sectors? You're talking about?
Like sectors. Let's say you wanted to do, financials or something, and there's a specific VIX reading for just financials.
I'm sure.
I wonder if that exists. I haven't seen those products. Have you guys seen them? Let's take a look at that MU. Remember, MU here, if the conference comes out and they go back to highs, if they go back to 77, you're going to want to be long this stuff. So I'm going to keep an eye on the MU. ZS is another underbelly shit tech name here. Zscaler. Actually, this is
they reported yesterday.
Yep. Adobe looks fucking great. Wow.
So we put out previews here for our
somebody's talking about Tesla here, 239.
Richmond Fed and
BA, you got some call buyers here, 227.5 on that BA. That's kind of comedy.
3 prior.
What the hell happened to my chart? I gotta fix this a second.
Twilio got the upgrade. Yep. I don't see anything yet for me to really put some risk out there for.
Same here.
Why the fuck is that coming up?
ENPH looks like a short again.
I'm just gonna have to use this. Stupid ass thing. Yeah, so you got definitely a quieter morning as opposed to yesterday's excitement and shopping. Quieter open.
They're seeing Canadian consumer health weakening.
There we go. 37. Okay.
Hutch is talking about IWM dropping out again. Has IWM been weaker of
Well,
the
no, it
pack?
actually dropped out, remember, off the open yesterday and then slingshotted back. So very similar this morning.
John
This
Smith
is
added
exactly
short
what it is.
shop. V Holdings is giving me VXTLT. So there are products apparently that
No,
that
that's
do
what I
this
was saying to you, that there are on like indexes, like you got
on
the oil
indexes.
VIX, TLT VIX.
Right,
You know,
right,
you're
right,
talking about sectors though.
right. I want like a sector thing because volatility changes in between sectors. You know.
You have single name VIX, like Apple VIX and shit
Yeah.
like that. I haven't seen sectors though.
Coin up almost 3%. Yeah, man. Moving traders saying coin is almost done. Maybe one more high. There'll be long puts. I mean, good luck with that one. Avgo here is kind of breaking down. Where's that FCNCA? Is that thing's still up? Yeah, man. Coin. I mean, but again, coin looks like everything else. You know what I'm saying? Coin looks like everything else in the sense that it could find. You know, these things all have stretched.
They were saying it's probably going to take a while. Sources don't even necessarily know all 5 parties are set to bid for USD. The shares are moving higher.
That's exactly the issue with the index. Everything's so stretched, but how much of a pull do you get?
Exactly. And all the pulls that we've seen. Okay, we got Prince Lower here on the SPY. Again, would I short this? Nope. Nope. And that's a rare, that's a change in pace for me there. Shit. PS Photo here is talking about Google here. Stuck and can't break 137, rejected like 4 times now, might get a flush out. I mean, again, that's the same as everything else. Everything else looks pretty much like that. So when one goes, they'll all go. But I'll tell you what, they're not going to let you just walk into it, man. And every time the market, remember yesterday too, all those program sells down, they bought them right back up.
Yep.
So anytime you feel like shorting, shoot. If you're going to shoot. Just keep it tight.
I think this is it's kind of evolved into a really good writing opportunity.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. We were talking about that as well. That's why I kind of wanted those VIX indicators on certain sectors, because if you look at like NVIDIA now, for the last 2 sessions here, it's done nothing. And if you look at the premium here, it's like it's already starting to come in. So you can slowly start to see now 10 points out. It's not trading like before. So you're only getting $2 here for 10 points out, and it's Tuesday, right? 10 points out on the top side for NVIDIA is actually what, 490. It's the same thing, 250. You know what I'm saying? So they're slowly, slow. You can tell here that volatility is slowly coming out of these options. 10 points away on a Tuesday for fucking NVIDIA. Last week, shit was at least $5-6.
Yeah, exactly. They can do it in 3 seconds last week.
At least $5-6. So guys, take a look at that, man. Take a look at that. That might be your trade there. Watching this MU here off that thing, it just kind of went dead here too. So I think everybody's waiting for the conference call. So let's wait for the conference call on the MU and see where we get there. Pins here back to 31. If you take a look at some of the banks here, just blah type of action here. JPM and all this kind of stuff. Choppy. Shopify here 73. I don't think it's a short. Maybe fade some calls though. Twilio. Twilio, 65.5. Yeah. Yeah. Taking a look at that Boeing here, trading 221 here, not really doing much. Let's look back at that PDD. PDD traded up to 140 here, back to 139. Not doing much.
What's your
Peloton.
Melly doing today? Did you mention it? I didn't hear if you mentioned it.
Which one?
A little bit. Melly.
Melly is just Melly down 5 points means it's a nothing day. However,
yeah,
Melly,
that's unchanged. That's
yeah,
unchanged.
Melly's down 5 points here. This we might have to.
All over the place. Every fucking stock I look at.
You got Amazon slowly fading here again. Do you short? If you do hit it, short the rallies. Do not short the lows.
You got a little Peloton put buying coming in weeklies. Peloton, PTON.
PTON. You got some Peloton. Man, that poor thing, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out some small caps then, man. I mean, shit, we ain't doing nothing here. CDIO, $2.50 on that CDIO. This thing looks whatever.
Let's see that small cap thing.
Look at this RDHL. This is a small cap looking.
Yeah, I see it up 70%. Here's a little up and down.
Microsoft, yeah. Take a look at the Microsoft. This looks good.
Microsoft going higher, right? What the fuck? Look at this Microsoft. That's stupidity right there. Jesus. Apple. That's down a little. Yeah, those names are tough right now. I don't know what the hell you do with those names. Tesla. Talk about stock that went dead. Tesla went completely dead. Stock isn't
Yeah, completely dead. You know what? Now that I look at Microsoft, I kind of want to fade this thing just because most action is just lackluster here and can't hold. Besides the Coinbase and a few other of these names. Where's that Netflix? Let's take a look at that Roku here. Roku faded here that high there. So you're looking at about 103. Would I short this? Man.
I got a little coin put buying, short dated put buying, protection in coin, the 120s for next week.
The 120s for next week. Man, I'm looking at some of the I'm looking at the Gex tool here, seeing if I can come up with something here, but it's looking fucking pretty slim here. Let's take a look at this.
This is the top of the hour. Again, we're looking for the Conference Board Consumer Confidence reading expected at 101.
John Smith is talking about target for shop under 72. Bro, unless the market sells, I don't know, man. I think it's just going to be slim pickings there. But what do I know? You got to do what you got to do, man. Let me take a look at that CVX. CVX is trading 145. I still like this to go to 148, 150. But it's all about timing, man. And you really got to hit it with the move on oil here. I don't know if they're just going to roll into this thing and you can really just buy the shit out of it. I don't think you can.
And you got some economic data coming up. 10 minutes.
All right, let's watch the reaction there on the econ data. But guys, if there's no juice there, we're gonna cut out for the day here because no sense banging the window on something that ain't rocking. Okay. Spy here back down. So far, how's the flow been there? Jesus?
Just dead. You got some rolling in PDD, obviously, some of the more recent flow. Couple isolated put sweeps, but nothing really behind them.
Okay. Q's, you got a low of day. Royal Max is talking about the BA. I just pulled it up. It's trading around 220 and change. Let's pull back that shop here. 773. Snap here faded most of the move up. And if you take a look at Pinterest here, it's doing the same thing. So, more of that kind of situation. Gold, silver here still holding. And then, what was the other one? The Micron here fading 74 and change. Remember, the Micron here, kind of broke out of its range, and looked pretty solid for a while. If you take a look at SPY, I suppose we could get back to 453. I mean, but is that even a real pullback? Meta here flat. Let's take a walk around the club here. Airbnb down another 2%, but again, it's been choppy though, so it's still in this range. Shit. According to the chop, you should buy down here in reality, but I ain't gonna do that. Let's take a look at that. Firm here. Firm went negative. Firm did go red. That was a decent fade to high play.
Very. I don't know this name. Is this an AI name? Yeah, you got some cheap spec buying. I think it's an AI play. Very $2 stock.
Kevin here is talking about NVIDIA pulling a slow fade. Yeah, I mean, there's just nobody buying it, so you're going to get that slow. Next week, premium on NVIDIA moving well. Kevin, what position you got? I'm seeing some Tesla bears come in here for a 230 puts.
Weekly puts.
Weekly puts there on the Tesla. You can see it come in on the feed there on your right, and then Jesus will go ahead and put some more information on it, as well as what price they paid for it and all that kind of stuff as well.
Here are the active ones in Tesla so far. Kind of mixed, but the more recent flow of bearish here. You see a lot of stuff hitting big in a lot of names.
John Smith, did you flip on the Tesla there? I'm just curious. I mean, yesterday's low was around 232.
Here to the top of the hour, 25 minutes into the trade, now holding on to modest gains.
Luciano was selling iron condors on Airbnb, selling premiums one leg at a time. I like that.
Also, 2000 down more than 0.6%. Really in performance in small cap, and the Russell heading into this Richmond Fed data.
Richmond Fed here, coin just dumped out. If you look at Amazon further lower,
lower down about 1.5%.
PLTR 19.
For that update to their guidance. U.S. Steel shares holding on to about a 1% gain in the early going. Zscaler down about 2%. The U.S. 10-year yield holding right around 4.39% now. That's slightly lower on the day.
Down. Just quiet.
Yeah. Let's again. We're gonna wait for these numbers to come out, and if there's nothing, we're just gonna cut out. Because this looks like fucking trash. Some
It's
decent sells here.
Holiday time. Was it? Oh, yeah. It's the most wonderful time. What song were we singing? We were going to do the remake yesterday, Luke?
I forget, man. I forget already. We got to write this shit down, man. We got to write this shit down.
Maybe wasted opportunity.
Small caps new low, as well as Kathy Wood's ARC new low. Penny by penny. And if you notice, most of the selling is happening on some of the Fat Man stuff. Some of them, though. Some of them. So it's very, Meta here, for example, not selling. Netflix here, down 2, not really doing much. Let's take a look at the Boeing here, 220 and a quarter here, just sitting around. Let's take a look at that MU. 74 and a quarter, not really doing much. PDD holding 139. I don't see fucking shit. shit over here.
There's nothing. You don't see shit because there isn't shit. There's nothing here.
There is nothing here. So let's wait till the 10 o'clock numbers come out, and then we're gonna dump. We're gonna dump here for the rest of the day. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions you guys want to ask us? Let us know. You know, and then bring me a name that's moving without the index. CS. Maybe that's going back up to 188 here. CVX chugging along here, 145 and change.
Which one? Chevron?
Say Chevron.
Yeah. I was looking at that yesterday. I wonder if they rotate into some of these oils.
Right. I mean, that's what I've been waiting for on the CVX. J Dub is saying ZS numbers were good, and it shows things clawed back big time. RDHL small cap here halted. I saw this thing at $1.70 here. Now it's trading about 240. This is getting
the
interesting.
one you just mentioned, right? It's up like 100%.
Yeah.
RDHL.
RDHL. Let's try to get
Oh, I know this stock. I've seen this before. Red Hill Biopharma.
Let's try to get a read on the tape here. Let's watch some tape on RDHL. This is a biopharma. Yeah, this looks like biopharma.
Yeah, biotech. I know this name from somewhere though. Red Hill.
230s. Migrant crisis. Oh. I don't know why this is showing.
Got data in a minute.
All right, data comes out in a minute here. This RDHL, it kind of feels like a decent short here. I wonder what the locates are for this thing. RDHL. Here we locate 5,000 shares. Can't get much.
Richmond Fed reporting composite at -5, composite manufacturing at -5 versus the 1 estimate. So Richmond Fed released a little bit early. Regional business indications at -9. Again, Richmond Fed -5 versus +1 expected. Business indications at -9 versus -15 previously.
More soft data.
Right.
So we're inside 10 seconds here to the consumer confidence 102 above the 101 expected. Present situation 138.2 down from 143. Expectations at 77.8 from 75.6.
Yep. There's a nice pop. Let's check out that Shopify here. Shopify's doing nothing. I wouldn't, in my opinion, I wouldn't short any of this.
I don't think there are any estimates on that. Square, some cheap shit. Forget about that.
Micron now speaking to investors, saying they're making good progress in meetings with Chinese officials. Initial comments here from the UBS Tech Conference after their updated guidance for Micron. Micron commented earlier that the higher expenses they offered earlier today were driven by the timing of R&D expenses and asset sales.
You got a bull bet. I posted an Intel with some decent time behind it. July calls.
Aquaman is talking about Trip, BKNG, and Expedia here because of some virus here going around in Asia here. Let's check out the
Oh
Expedia.
yeah, what's going on with that? The what do they call it? There's something pneumonia, right?
I don't know.
History of pneumonia.
How many of you guys out here live in Asia? How many people do we have in the stream here from living in Asia here? I'm curious to know.
We have free. We have more than I thought in the steam room. You know that?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple in the steam room. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. A couple guys in India. Okay, here from Dubai.
Dubai, nice. Path catching a little play. Kathy AI name. Some cheap spec play. December's.
Path, yeah. Yep. That's another one. Meta here is back up about a point here. Let's take a look at that snap here, chilling.
It has a decent look to it. Not bad. Thought it looked a lot worse.
Pan W. Take a look at the Pan W. Again, underbelly names here are outperforming the ZS and all these kind of other stuff. These are the ones that are moving here.
Oh, Path, you got earnings. 11:30. Path earnings.
Yeah, look at whenever you see Palo Alto Networks moving, you can always go and look at CrowdStrike too.
What is that? CRDW? CRWD?
Yeah, CRWD.
Yep,
Anytime
same thing.
the cyber names are getting some love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. We said we were going to cut out here before, after that news came out because Flow is just it fucking looks absolutely
It's trash.
horrendous. All right, guys. So you know how to get us in the room here. Well, I'll still be trading here, but most likely here not going to be doing much. I don't know about you boys. Jesus, French Harold, what do you guys say?
I mean, I was looking to see if SPY was gonna, all it did was get back up to VWAP for the day, and it just, it's just kind of meh. Maybe you get a little bit of a gap fill here to 454.40ish, but it just does. There's just no inspiration.
You got SPR halted. I think they're at a conference. You got to watch out for these conference names. You got to grab a list somewhere. Halted. SPR.
Isn't that Spirit?
Not Spirit Airlines. Spirit like a Boeing. Spirit.
Oh, huh.
Aero Systems. Look at this little. You want to see a little stock moving, Luch? Piece of garbage here. MNY. We saw some unusual sweeper activity. Money Hero. Mary Nancy Yellow. Look at the stock the last week. Look at that chart. What is that chart? Is that real? Looks like a fishing rod with a hook. That's hysterical. Boeing, looks like Boeing maybe seeing a little bit of flow off this fade. Let's see.
I don't trust call buyer or put buyer in Boeing.
Weekly 215s. Those are in the money weeklies, Boeing.
Unreliable.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move over.
Weeklies.
We're gonna move over. We will. We'll catch. Where's that Shopify John Smith is talking about here before we move? Shopify 73.5. I like 74s. I like this thing to go higher. John Smith is still thinking 244 and 246 target for today on Tesla. Again, I will gladly sell you that premium. Shocked is saying we have Twitch on the lowest resolution. Guys, can we check, Sang Lucci crew, can we check what the resolution there on Twitch is? Let's try to figure that out too, because we're going to broadcast over there. Obviously, we want to broadcast to a high level. Anyways, guys, we'll see you over there in the room. Remember, you guys can get over in the Steam room here, get access to all the tools here for just a trial period. It's about $8 here for 2 weeks here. All right. We'll see you in there, and if not, we'll see you tomorrow. Later, guys.
Later. We got some more Boeing in the
I,
money.
s- I see that Boeing there.
They're playing off that fade.
Yeah. And they're going in the money 400
Yeah.
grand here. So they want to kind of buy stock there. And then you remember somebody else bought the 227s, like a lotto here, 227. It's interesting, man. Let's pull